When I signed my deal, I felt pressure. Don't wanna see the numbers, I wanna see heaven. You say, could you write a song for me? I say, I'm sorry about you that I believe. When I go home.
Hello guys, this is Anime Wizard 101 and I'm here with chapter 10, review of Magi. And last time we left off with Alibaba falling down a trapdoor after he manages to pass through this trap passageway. So we don't know where he's at right now currently. And then Aladdin actually wakes up from his slumber, I guess. And that's actually where we start off the chapter. And so he's already awake and stuff, and Lord Jamil, Lord Jamil is pretty much informing Aladdin about what he does in the city and stuff. He tells him that his name is Lord Jamil, and that he works, he's in charge of the city's infrastructure, the industry, and stuff like that, and that he pretty much helps people. And he tells Aladdin that Alibaba actually went ahead to see if there was any traps or something like that, and so Aladdin wouldn't be worried or anything like that. And after that, so we get a panel. We see that they're walking down the rest of the pathway of that dragon entrance, and we see around the passageway that there's some type of paintings all around. They're really descriptive. I don't really know like why is it so decorative or whatever, but anyways, after that, Lord Jamil also lets Aladdin know that the two people that are next to him, that one of them, his name is Goltis. I don't know how to pronounce it. Goltis. I'll just say Goltis, and that he's from a northern tribe and that he can't talk because he had an injury, and that the girl, her name is Morgianna, and that she's from the dark continent in the south, and that she's really strong, and that these two that they're his slaves, and that they're really expensive. And then he tries to talk about, he relates his Ugo to as a slave, because he tells Aladdin like, oh, I want to meet your slave, and then Aladdin's like, oh, he's not my slave, he's my friend, and his name is Ugo-kun. And I just like saying stuff like that when it's like kun and sama, and san, stuff like that. I think it's pretty funny. And then he pretty much thinks that they're reaching the end of the passageway because they reach his room where there's three separate entrances. And then he goes back. He thinks about what Alibaba told him about deciphering the scripture, the Tron inscription. So he decides to take Goltis with him just in case there's any traps. And he leads Morgianna with Aladdin in the entrance of the 3 different pathways. And then pretty much what happens here, there's a lot of like goofy moments because Aladdin is trying to make Morgianna laugh, and she's not buying it until he puts on a turban, or his turban, and he pretends to be Lord Jamil, and that's when she actually cracks up a little bit. And pretty much what happens here is that Morgianna tells Aladdin a little bit about her homeland. She says that it's really pretty, and that the sun is really bright, and there's a lot of big animals, and the food is incredible. And then we find out that the dark continent is it's a territory of she says the Laim Empire. So this means that in the story of Magi there's empire. Oh, that makes it, well, yeah, there's empires. So I don't know how many empires there are, but we find out the first one, and the first one is the Laim Empire. After that bonding that they have, Aladdin tells her that if she could take him to her country so he could go visit and see the country for himself. And she says that she can't because she's a slave. And Aladdin tells her that why don't you just break your chains and just leave like the way like last time. And Morgiana pretty much tells him that she can't because she just can't because she'll regret it. And she later on tells Aladdin that I can't do it because or else I'll end up like your friend. And while they're having like this little scrimmage, she's like, I don't want to end up like your friend. And then she's like struggling to tell him. And then pretty much she tells him that your friend is dead, pretty much, like Alibaba's dead. And then we see that Alibaba pokes out from like a hole in the top of the entrance, like one of the three entrances. And yeah, we see that he's not dead, he's actually alive. Pretty much what happens after that is that Aladdin throws some kind of like big cloth to her and covers her head, her face. And then after that, we see that Aladdin is flying on the flying turban, and he has Alibaba on the turban as well. And they're flying away. But Morgiana is, damn, she's freaking, I don't know what to say, crazy, impressive, strong. Cause she pretty much like, how can I put it? I don't want to say she flexes, but she ends up pretty much running off the wall and chasing them through the what is it called? Through the air. She chases them through the wall, through the side of the wall, and then she tries to swing, but she misses, and then she ends up falling, and then pretty much they just escape to like one of like where Alibaba had like gone through, and so they get away, and then pretty much the way the chapter ends is that Alibaba tells Aladdin that they have to go, or he wants him to come with him, because he found something amazing. And the chapter ends with this panel. It's a big ass door, and then it's Alibaba and Aladdin. So I don't know. This is a big ass door, and you see he has a marking right there of the same marking that the flute that Aladdin has on it. So I'm guessing this is a treasure room somehow. So that's how the chapter ends. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Leave your comments down below on about this, your thoughts about this chapter, and subscribe as always. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, you guys.